So today at MJ's Audio and Auto, we are working on a 2013 Dodge Avenger with the 3.6 engine, replacing the starter. And I don't want you guys to go through what I was about to go through. If you have any kind of programs or anything that you look at as a reference to this repair, they say that you have to remove the catalytic converter to have the clearance to get this starter off. If you can see it down there, I already put the new one on, and since I did, and I did it without removing the converter, I'll show you how if you are one of those do-it-yourself type of people. So let me get under the car and show you what I took apart. Now this is how you'll need it to look in order to get the starter out. So of course you have that bolt there, and then another bolt right here that has a cable attached to it, a ground cable. Those are the two starter bolts. Now what you're gonna have in your way is, firstly, this mount is gonna be in your way. It'll sit like that. So there you go. That pretty much blocks all your view. But see this right here? It goes there. This bolt right here goes there to tighten up the bottom of this motor mount to this cross frame underneath it. I've seen some people take this cross frame out. You don't have to do that either. Like I said, you take these two bolts out that secure the mount to the frame, and of course you have to take off the bracket that's on the engine, and that's the through bolt that goes through the mount. And I believe all of them are 16s. But that's really it. I mean, it's nothing too difficult to get to. If you hold your mouth right, as they say, as some say, it's not that hard to do. And I'm gonna show you one more thing as far as getting the power wires off the back of the starter. That's not that hard either. They say that you need special tools and swivels and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you that I just did it and did not use any of that. I used a basic 13, just a short 13 right here. You know, I got the little angle on the end. Now I'm gonna show you the angle that I went through to get to the power wire. Now from right here, you can see the starter. I'm directly below the radiator support, and you know, there's the catalytic converter there, and you can see the bolt right there. Well, not the bolt, but the nut, that 13. And what I also did, you see that blue wire back there, the turn on wire for the starter, the clamp was messed up. It was a little too loose, so I just put another connector on the end, and I actually soldered it to make sure that it wouldn't slip off. And I ran enough wire to reconnect it to the factory harness, so it would ensure that a connection issue wouldn't be the reason that the starter wouldn't work properly. But let me show you the angle on this 13. So like I said, from down here, you would just put the 13 up on there from the front side of the starter where the bolts are, and you'll have perfect access to it. Let me show you. Now, from the other side of this frame, let me zoom out. From the other side of this frame, this side, the driver's side, you see how I got the wrench in the upward position? All I did was reach my arm through this way, up here, and you can get to it, and voila, you're on there. And once you get it loose, for the most part, you can just stick your hand and put it directly on the bolt or the nut and just spin it off like your thumb. It's not that hard. And the small terminal connector right here just connects to the back. You can just pry that off once you get this connector off. You have to get this off first though, before you try to drop the starter out, because this harness right here, it has enough tension on it to keep this starter from freeing up all the way. So of course you're going to disconnect your battery and whatnot first before you did all this, so you won't shock yourself and burn something up. But once you disconnect the starter, it can't ground out, so you'll have no problem with doing what I'm doing now and harming yourself. Everything will be disconnected and not energized. So I just wanted to share that tip with you. If y'all have any comments, leave them. Let me know. This is probably, I think, my first DIY video, but I figured now's a good time to start. So this starter job is supposed to take maybe 2.5 hours or so, and you could probably do it in an hour, I had to guess. But I don't know, I guess I find out next time I have to replace this same starter, you know, on a different vehicle, I hope, with the knowledge that I just shared with y'all. So with that being said, take it easy.